Hey y'all, it's Tyler. Today we got a snowblower that's having some issues here. The wheels are slipping even when the engagement handle is fully depressed. And we can't just give it a pep talk. You can squeeze it as hard as you want to, change the speeds. The wheel is engaging down there, but she's slipping. Let me show you what it looks like. Does your snowblower have slippage? So what we've got here is a residential Cub Cadet snowblower. Customer had an issue with it, and he said it just seemed like the wheels weren't grabbing very well. It wouldn't pull itself up a hill. So there's a couple things to check. First off, check your linkages. Make sure you've got, nothing broke down here on your engagement. So like on this one here, that's your actual engagement. Just make sure that nothing's broke there first. This cable is actually getting pulled. Secondly, make sure that your shifting mechanism is working how it's supposed to. So I've got the rotation down here, and I'll show you underneath. Flip this up straight forward right on the snow chute and look underneath there and make sure that there's no oil on that friction drive down there. Because this is a friction drive, I know I shouldn't have to say this, but you need friction. Do not spray anything down with WD-40 or oil or silicone, anything. You want that disc in there to be as dry as possible. It's a rubber wheel, I'll show you in the video, that we're going to replace on this because this is slipping. And when I went under here the first time, there was a bunch of oil that leaked down under here, or somebody has sprayed something. It almost looked like gear lube because it was gray. So you want the main drive disc here to be dry. It's rubber. Don't use brake clean. You don't want to swell. Just use like a starting fluid, or if you got rubbing alcohol, just clean the rubber the best you can. If it's oil soaked, you might have to replace it like I did this one, but it's okay. And then the aluminum disc or the steel, whatever one you've got, the drum that actually runs everything, make sure you wipe that down, clean it, Scotch-Brite it, whatever you got to do. You want there to be no oil on that metal. Another thing, if you've got any slippage, you want to check your belts. And that's just two 10mm bolts usually. You might have to get some other junk out of there. But this is your belt guard cover right here, and it just comes out right here. So this belt you have here in the front, this is for the snow thrower itself, which is that big impeller and augers and everything. The one back here is going to be your drive belt. Now, on this one, it looks a little dirty. I'm going to clean it up. There's a little spring right here that holds this idler that keeps this in constant tension, okay? One thing you want to notice, if somebody's been in here before, here is the spring mechanism. It rests right here on a little shoulder bolt. I don't know if you can see that or not. But if you wanted to release the tension, you would lift this up and drop it down in front of that bolt. So if that's laying all the way in a relaxed position, it's not keeping this belt tight and your belt could be slipping. So if you want to do some troubleshooting, start this baby up and engage your drive up there, that big lever, and see if this belt is slipping on this shaft. Could be a belt issue, could be a keyway issue, but if you've got this good blower here, if that one's working good, you know that this whole assembly here is not spinning on the engine shaft. But just things to check. This is your area. I'm going to do my best here to try to narrate this thing as best I can. So this cover on here in the bottom just comes off. It's 4 little 10mm bolts, and you'll just have to kind of spring that top back out underneath the clips there. It'll slide right out, and it'll rotate out. It's not too bad. Just make sure when you're putting it, your parts to the side there, make sure you got them in a good place so you don't lose them. The wheels, they're just held on by one bolt on each side, and they just slide on out of there. Next, you're taking off this little side piece here, which is actually like your neutral release. If you wanted to do like a 90-degree turn right or left, it's just a linkage that pulls out on a little cog so that that side of the wheel will free spin. Nothing's going to spring out of there when you take the bolts off, so just take it off and out of the way. The bearing's going to slide out, and you'll see the order here. You've got little shims, then there's a spacer that comes off, and then what's going to be next is a little snap ring. You can just get a flathead screwdriver, pop them off, followed by another little small washer, and then this actual planetary gear will come right out of here. Just kind of support that shaft in there and wiggle it off. Try to hold it all with one hand so you don't separate it. But I will show you what the inside looks like once we get to the other side. It's pretty cool. Another little small shim under that side. And then over here, we're just copy paste, doing the same thing we did on the other side with that release mechanism, getting it out of the way. And once you get that secondary planetary gear out of there, you look inside of it here and you see if you need to re-grease any of this stuff or check it out for broken pieces. You can see how these all are in here. So there's 3 little gears that sit on pins. and they're good to go. It's pretty cool how it works. So now you've got your shaft loose here. You can slide it out from this direction here, and she'll just come right out. I know it looks a little tricky, but you're seeing me try to line it up, putting it back in reverse. So once that's out, keep your shaft kind of sitting in the orientation it was. And here's that disc I was telling you about cleaning. So in order to change this rubber on the drive wheel here, you just have to take out these 4 bolts and it'll separate. Then you can put your new rubber in there, and it's pretty easy. Alrighty, here we go, putting it back together in normal way this time, no reverse. So just make sure that little bitty gear selector pin drops in where it's supposed to on the right side of that drive wheel there. So you'll see when you take it out, it's a little pin in there. And then just the orientation of the bushings and spacers, all that stuff's pretty crucial. All the snap rings and everything go back where they go. And if you're trying to fight getting any of them pieces on here, just try to rotate them a little bit, help those gears line up in the slot where they're supposed to go, and it's not terribly bad, man. And if you need to, reach up above and pull that release like I just did there. I don't know if you saw it or not, but just to release that cam grab off of that gear to help that thing slide over. So nothing too crazy. I know my voice is probably annoying here, telling you how to do something as you're watching how to do it on the screen. So I'll just shut up here for a minute unless I got something to add. I always get all the bolts kind of in first before I tighten them down. Just kind of like IKEA furniture. You get them all in and tighten them down when you're done. Now's a good time to check everything to make sure everything's moving freely, nothing's bound up. Get in there real good and just see if everything seems kosher. Make sure your gear selector's working back and forth correctly before you put your cover back on, then you're screwed. So, well, not really screwed, it's just more time you're gonna have in it. And then this thing's just going to tilt back down right on the ground here. We're going to check our oil since we had it tilted forward for a while there. We don't want to be low or anything like that. And look at this, dude. Look at all that grab. That's what I want. Grab so hard when you're pulling on it that it bounces. I mean, that's got grip. They wouldn't even dream of doing that before. Hopefully it helps somebody out. If you come across this, if you have any more questions, feel free to ask. God bless you guys.